Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Arrowverse video here in the channel. Today I would like to stop and take the time to review the Season 2 finale of Batwoman, and I got some pretty great things to say about it. Please note that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion, and you're free to comment down below what did you think of the Season 2 finale. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter that's going to pop up on your screen right now, and please note that the first half of this review is going to be of an episode breakdown of the finale, and then I'll put a timestamp in the description of where to watch for the entire season review. Like, comment, and subscribe, and with that being said, let's just move right into our episode breakdown. So we kick off the episode with Black Mass televising his speech to the people of Gotham to try and cause chaos over the failed system, and he also says a nice line, "With power, use it or lose it," and it's a very familiar line. Where did it come from? After this, Luke and Ryan figures out where Black Mass is broadcasting from, so this sets the plan in motion for everybody on the team. After this, Sophie is at Ryan's loft talking about the future of Batwoman. Alice arrives at the loft, and Ryan recruits her to take down Cersei, Sionis, and Black Mass. After this, Luke discovers his old drawings of Batwing, which is actually pretty cool because later in the episode, he talks about how he wished there was a black Batman, so he always drew pictures and always thought, what if there was a black Batman? He then discovers what Lucius Fox was working on, an actual Batwing suit for him. The Batwing suit is actually pretty cool. In the midst of all this, Black Mass inserts Bane's venom into the crow that shot Luke. Sionis and Cersei also have a conversation about his endgame and also his plan. His plan, I've heard his plan before, but I mean, with this actor that's playing Black Mass, I really do believe it. On the way to Black Mass facility, Alice and Ryan are having a conversation, and then they get to see each other eye to eye. Alice finally understands why Ryan hates her and what it feels like for your loved one to be taken away from you. And Alice understands that perfectly well, but in the case of Ocean, she definitely understands where Ryan is coming from. So Alice then apologizes for killing Ryan's mother, but Ryan assures her that she doesn't deserve forgiveness. I mean, and for good reason too. You killed the woman's mother, now you're asking for forgiveness because you finally feel the same way? Ryan shouldn't be so quick to forgive Alice. In my opinion, I think that she did the right choice. After this, Mary is outside of her own facility, and she's getting chased by the crow, now hulked up in a bodysuit, looking for the snake bite off of her. He pushes her off of a building, and in the midst of this, Luke shows up in the Batwing suit. Very cool Batwing suit, until it loses power, and then they fall to their death. Just kidding, they don't fall to their death. But he still has to work out some kinks on the suit. A nice reveal of the suit. But that is the last time we ever see it though. Alice and Ryan arrive at the facility. A fight ensues between Alice and Ryan versus Black Mass and Cersei Sionis. Ryan begins to pursue Cersei in the Batmobile, and Ryan catches up, and a fight breaks out between the both of them on a bridge over some water, you know, like Arrow Season 3, how Arrow Season 3 had Oliver versus Ra's al Ghul on a bridge over water, a ledge, you know, all of that. And the only reason why I'm saying it in this type of tone is because it had really bad choreography and editing, that fight sequence. So I really didn't like that fight sequence a lot. And after I watched it, I said, this is actually a lame fight. Alice arrives to help Ryan out and hit Cersei with the snake bite, but ends up taking them both off the ledge of the bridge. In the water, Alice now has a flashback about Ocean. She calls it Snake Bite High, which is a very heartfelt moment for her and emotional, having her to say goodbye to Ocean. Cersei has a flashback about Kate, which kind of reworks her mind a little bit, and Ryan and Alice manage to fish Cersei out of the water. Now Kate awakens after coughing up water because she was unconscious because she had a throat full of water. And Alice is taken away by the police after this. After all is said and done, the next day, Ryan gets released from parole early, and Kate reconnects with Mary and Luke. And me personally, I think that Wallace Day has very great chemistry with Luke and Mary inside of this scene. I want to see more of her inside of the future because I don't know if she's going to be as great as she was just in these cameos, because once you give them a series regular, they start coming around more. You don't know if they're going to be doing well with the chemistry or not after that. But as a cameo, it makes it a lot easier to see, you know, the chemistry a little bit. But I really hope that we get to see more Kate Kane inside of the future of this show. After this, Kate has a conversation with Ryan. Ryan thanks Kate for empowering her and inspiring her to take on the Bat symbol, and Kate passes the torch of Batwoman to Ryan. Kate finally meets up with Sophie once again and lets her know that she's trying to find Bruce, and she wants to clear her conscience of not finding Alice for those 11 years by trying to find Bruce, and she's gonna be leaving Gotham. Which to me kind of teases that maybe we might see Batman in the future. Maybe we might see Kate again in the future. Who knows? But I honestly just cannot wait to see if Kate Kane comes back into the future, because Wallace Day, man, aside from being beautiful, I want to see more of her as Kate Kane inside of this series, because she is just a really great Kate Kane to me. She just looks like Kate Kane to me. And she feels like, hey, that's a nice Kate Kane. Ryan, Mary, and Luke, they all rekindle and they all get together their thoughts about what the future of the Bat family is going to be. And after this, Ryan visits Alice in Arkham, and she wants to let Alice know that justice has been served for killing her mother, in which Alice tells her that her mother, her biological mother, didn't die in childbirth and that she's still alive. The ending shot is, I think, on Sevilla's Island or some type of shore. I think it's in those same woods that they revived Kate in. The ending shot is of all of Batman's trophies floating down the stream, and the one with the plants in it cracks open, the plants start moving, teasing Poison Ivy for season 3. So that was basically the entire finale. What did you think of the finale of Batwoman season 2? With that being said, this is it for our breakdown of the episode. Very short, very condensed, but I thought it was a better season finale than Black Lightning series finale. With that being said, let's move right into our review, or let's move right into the good. And the good thing that comes to mind here is that Javicia Leslie just brings a nice, lively personality to this season as well as the show. She doesn't start out trying to be the superhero. She doesn't start off wanting to be the hope of Gotham City. She grows into it. She's naive, she learns, and she makes mistakes and learns from those. We also have more focus on the plot and also the story of Alice's past. Black Mask, in my opinion, will always be a great villain no matter what he's in. Birds of Prey, Batwoman season 2. Black Mask will always be a great villain, and I love his relationship with this newer version of Kate Kane. I also did love Alice's backstory inside of this season. It works here because she's not in Kate Kane's shadow. And to be honest, her backstory is way better than Kate Kane's. And speaking of Kate Kane, I love the recast of her. Wallace Day is really just like a nice pick for Kate. I've never seen any of her previous work. I know she played in Krypton. I've never watched Krypton, but she looks like she can actually be Kate Kane and a great replacement for Ruby Rose. But I honestly think that in season 3, if she becomes a series regular, she will be an even more greater Kate Kane than Ruby Rose ever was. And the way that they incorporated the recast inside of the show was actually not really that bad, and kind of does make a little bit of sense, especially what we know with Alice taking off people's faces and then putting on other people's faces onto, their actual face, like she did with Bruce Wayne and Hush. I thought it actually worked. Luke Fox doesn't really feel like a punk inside of this season either. He feels very cool, especially with him becoming Batwing in the end. I mean, he was never really bad in this series, but I did like his whole little arc with him and his father, and also him getting shot. I love the themes of racism that they incorporated inside of this season. The overall story here, after we get introduced to Black Mask, is some of the best writing that I've seen this show do. Not from any other CW show, but what this show has done so far, it has been the best writing. Definitely better than season 1, and I honestly believe that Ruby Rose is not missed inside of this season. That's a very great thing about this season, is the fact that in the first couple of episodes you may think, okay, why did they do another season? Ruby Rose is not even here. She was Batwoman. After the first couple of episodes, after the first couple of weeks, you start to just forget about Ruby Rose, honestly. And that's actually a good thing, and especially with Wallace Day coming into the role of Kate Kane, you definitely don't miss Ruby Rose. I like the fact that they focus more on the action and less on the romance side of things, and the overall tone of this season is a lot brighter, especially with such charismatic characters like Ryan Wilder coming into the mix. But with that being said, let's move right into the bad. And the bad thing that comes to mind here is the action was pretty lackluster. I like the fact that we got more action. I like the fact that we got a lot more fight scenes in there instead of them focusing more on the romance side of things. And also, though the ones that did happen were very intense, I just thought that it had very poor choreography. The first half without Black Mask isn't really that great. Very boring. I didn't really pay attention to much that happened in the first half. Truth be told, I think I fell off the season after episode 8 all the way until episode 17. So I really didn't pay that much attention to this whole entire season because the first half just bored me, really. It's cool seeing Ryan learn about being Batwoman, but like I said, that whole beginning part was just really boring. Beyond that, her love interest for the time that she played into the story and the time that she was on screen and inside of the season, I couldn't help but find her not really that interesting and really a bad fit to be the love interest on Ryan Wilder. I like the fact that they grew up together and they were like foster sisters, but why make them into a couple? I really did not enjoy that aspect about it. The Sophia stuff was okay while it lasted, but quickly fell off to me. That was the whole arc that really fell off to me. And that's kind of ironic because some of my favorite parts about this season is the Alice stuff, and most of the Alice stuff happened around Sophia. I don't have any mixed about this season because there weren't no yes, but also no things about this season. But there were really no big bads about this season either. Just really boring and bland coloring. Even though I don't have a lot of those negatives, there's still a big thing that weighed this show down for me. In conclusion, Batwoman Season 2 is definitely better than Season 1 to me. I had so much fun with this season, touching on some of the race themes. It also had better writing, all around more charismatic lead, and just a great feel to it. It felt like it was something different for the CW, even though it was very boring and bland in the beginning. Once you get past the Black Mask introduction and you also get into the Kate Kane stuff and her recast, all of it is pretty great. Alice's backstory, still pretty great inside of this season. And like I said, a very great charismatic lead in Ryan Wilder. I gotta say, Batwoman Season 2 is a B and an 8.3 out of 10. And I would say, give it a chance. It's not going to win a lot of people over, but it won me over in the end. Just give Batwoman Season 2 a chance. Alright guys, that is it for the episode breakdown / review / rant. Please note everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion, and you're free to comment down below. What did you think of the Batwoman Season 2 finale and also the season as a whole? Like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter that's going to pop up on your screen right now. Don't forget to check out that Arrowverse playlist up above that has all of my Arrowverse content. With that being said, I will see you all next time. Peace.